Hi everybody, this is John here with another unscripted OGL video. I am happy to report that this one is going to be much lighter in tone than my disappointed mom video. I also wanted to record this video as soon as possible. To let you know, on Thursday we're scheduled to release a video about my impressions of Pathfinder 2 as a system. And I wanted to mention first that that video was recorded and edited and scheduled before the announcement that Wizards of the Coast was moving SRD 5.1 to a Creative Commons license. So when you watch that video, just kind of have that context in the back of your head. And before watching that, I wanted to have a video for you that just clearly established my intentions for content creation in the future. But yes, Wizards of the Coast has made the 5.1 SRD part of a Creative Commons license, which is actually more than the community asked for. And in addition, they're also not attempting to deauthorize OGL 1.0a, meaning that for third-party publishers that have already published material under 1.0a, including myself, we don't have to worry about any legal complications for the future, as of right now. And for anyone interested in using the mechanics of 5th edition in the future, now they have an even more open, less restrictive license to use. Overall, I think that this is a really positive thing. I've actually talked with some friends privately about the fact that maybe for 1D&D moving forward, they're going to attempt a more restrictive license for that, which I personally think would be a little foolish, given how much their fan base is celebrating the openness of SRD 5.1 being under Creative Commons. And I want to be clear that I still don't trust or like Wizards of the Coast as a company, although when I say that, I am differentiating between the executives making these decisions and the design team. I still really like the design team. Back when I made that original disappointed OGL video, I was kind of in flux of whether or not I would even be playing 5e as a system. And after I had released that video, I did some thinking, had some private conversations with my friends and my table. And one of the things that I decided was that I already own all this D&D stuff, so I'm not going to let them take away the game I love because of their bad decisions. At the time, I was pretty firm on not supporting Wizards of the Coast in the future, at least financially. I never was a subscriber to D&D Beyond, it's just the tool set didn't really pique my interest. I mean, I do use it for quickly looking up certain features and stuff, and really I wasn't going to be picking up any more merch or anything anyway. I was really only interested in purchasing books. And to be honest, I was kind of bummed by the fact that I felt like I couldn't purchase any more books from Wizards of the Coast, and by extension supporting their design team, who I still like, because higher executives were making decisions that were harmful for the community. So just to be clear, on this channel, I'm still going to do my best to have content and videos I create be system agnostic. D&D 5th edition is still the system that I have an expertise in and a specialty in, more so than other systems like Pathfinder or Call of Cthulhu or anything. I do want to branch out to other systems, but also I only have so much time. I know Ian is really passionate about continuing his series on converting SCPs into usable stat blocks for 5th edition. Totally support his journey to do that. And for me personally, I think there will be times in my TTRPG videos, kind of like I've done in the past, where I reference some specific experiences I've had with 5th edition, or use 5th edition specific examples to highlight a point. But usually when I'm doing that, again, it's system agnostic advice. For example, be nice to your players at your table. As the GM, learn to communicate clearly. But I am going to try to keep those specific ties to D&D a little more minimized. I'm going to continue playing 5th edition as my home campaign, even though I do plan on creating my own custom system in the future, which may or may not result in publication. And I think the biggest change between that original OGL video and this one is that I am going to resume purchasing 5th edition books. And I'm very specific about this. So I have never purchased anything from D&D Beyond. I have an account so I can take advantage of some of their free content, like the Vecna dossier or some of the monster menageries or whatever they call them. And I avoid buying PDFs if there's a physical book I can buy. But that's really all I'm planning on buying. And I still maintain that I'm not going to do any more product reviews for Wizards of the Coast. So Keys to the Golden Vault is the next book coming out. Don't expect to see a product review on this channel. And I totally understand if you're still so put off by Wizards of the Coast, you want to jump ship on D&D as a system. This last little part has actually to do with our podcast, Dragonmind, which if you haven't checked it out yet, we've got some good stuff over there. A lot of times we actually end up tackling some of the same topics that we do in these shorter YouTube videos, but we have more time to elaborate and pick them apart. And if you're the type of person who really likes getting a peek behind the screen into creative processes, debates, and conversations, I really recommend checking it out. The reason I bring it up is whenever we got a new Unearthed Arcana related to 1D&D, Stephanie, Ian, when we can, Michael, and I have had panel discussions surrounding the material. And I had originally decided to stop doing that when this OGL thing was kind of a mess. And I think that there are enough awesome system agnostic conversations and conversations just about general game design that start with those panel discussions that I think that I'm comfortable resuming them. Along with D&D product reviews, I'm not going to be doing any UA deep dives unless that's something that you want, but I am going to continue having those panel discussions over on our Dragonmind podcast. So now I want to know what all of you have to say. Have I betrayed the community by deciding to buy Wizards of the Coast first-party books again? Have you jumped ship on 5th edition, or are you comfortable still playing it now that WotC has made this Creative Commons move? Let me know in the comments down below. And remember, in a fandom's case, collective action works really well, so let's push to see if we can get 1D&D under a Creative Commons license too. Or at least an OGL that's just as open as OGL 1.0a. Have an awesome day, everybody. Bye-bye now.